Welcome to Discussing Dad Life, also known as DDL. This is Null on Void, where we talk about various topics. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like our content. I think we're good. Allegedly. All right, we're live. Oh, how's everybody's Labor Day weekend going? Excuse me.
Put my phone away. Sorry.
That's bad.
I know.
You're a bad boy. Bad baby.
Bad baby.
Sorry, that's something my other son says.
It's all good. My that seems to be my 4-year-old's make fun of you comment. He calls you a baby.
No.
Yeah. You're a baby. His brother gets
Is
so
it
pissed
valid, though?
His brother acts like it.
Ooh.
And then he gets called it, and then he gets upset.
That's gacho, eh?
So, okay. Here you go, buddy. We're live on our Labor Day special.
Happy Labor Day, everybody.
Yeah.
What is Labor Day?
Well, it's an interesting question, right? Because I know it's a federal holiday in the U.S.
Well, as I think what most people know it as.
But that's about it. So we went ahead. I pulled
We
it up.
pulled
on
up the wiki definition.
the Wikipedia.
Let's
So,
see.
go ahead.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Labor Day is a federal holiday in the United States celebrated on the first Monday in September to honor and recognize the American labor movement. In other words, good job, slaves, and the works and contributions of laborers to the development and achievements of the United States. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Good job, slaves. Beginning in the 19th century, as the trade union and labor movements grew, trade unicists proposed that a day be set aside to celebrate Labor Day was promoted to the Central Labor Union and the Knights of Labor. Oh my God. Which organized the first parade in New York City in 1887. Oregon was the first state in the United States to make it an official public holiday. By the time it became an official federal holiday in 1894, 37 states in the United States officially celebrated Labor Day.
Canada's Labor Day is also celebrated on the first Monday of September. I didn't know Canada had
I didn't know
Labor Day.
Canada. That's what I was looked at you for. I was like, Canada has one? What the hell?
More than 80 other countries celebrate
Copycats.
International Workers' Day on May 1st, the European holiday of May Day. May Day was chosen by the Second International of Socialist and Communist Parties.
Canada is so. Whoa. I didn't know that.
Oh, God. Labor strike in the United States and events leading to the Haymarket Affair, which occurred in Chicago on May 1st through May 4th of 1886.
The night Chicago.
That's interesting. So, yeah, I didn't know that. So there's a quick history lesson,
Yeah.
I guess. You know, how much of that is actually factual?
Who knows? It's Wikipedia.
Yeah, it could have been fabricated. So.
Well, and the thing, man, so many people lie about things even throughout history. Like, who knows what the action? You know what I mean? I don't trust shit.
History is written by the victors.
Victors, exactly.
Right? You know, so there's only so much truth in it. Granted, true historians are always going to look at
Scholars, you
countervailing
mean?
evidence. Yeah, scholars, historians, scholars.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're going to look at all of the historical records during that period, not just what was written by the victors.
And I
That
appreciate
tends to
those
be
people.
I do too. Other than when it comes to like ancient Egypt and stuff like that, they are very willing to ignore
Certain things.
evidence that suggests that the pyramids are much older than they actually are.
Yeah.
Or what they think they are. I don't have to necessarily know if we're ever going to find out the actual
Probably
date on
not.
those, you know, so it's interesting. So what do you do for Labor Day?
Me?
Yeah.
Work.
You work on Labor Day.
I mean, it all depends on what I got going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I woke up the first thing before you even got over here. I was answering emails and taking care of some business. So,
See? So you work too.
well, I kind of work 24/7. It doesn't matter if I'm off or on.
I'm a full-time dad, so
Yeah.
I'm constant.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, it is what it is. Do you do barbecues or anything like that?
I have no idea what's going on. My wife plans everything, and then I just do my best to accommodate.
I honestly didn't even ask. Tell you the truth, I honestly forgot until about Saturday that it was Labor Day.
So
this
did
weekend.
I didn't know there was a holiday until like Friday because I got a work email and they were like, "Oh, by the way, new holiday schedule for pay and all this." I was like, "What? What freaking holiday is it?"
Yeah.
I had to Google it real quick.
Yeah, I mean, holidays don't necessarily mean much to me. I still tend to answer work emails, and if something needs to get done, I still get it done. That's the nice thing about my job, though, is I do have the ability to work from home periodically, right? So, that's it's a blessing and a curse, because I always feel guilty if I don't check my emails. Like, I see an email pop in, I feel guilty if I don't check it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But at the same time, it's nice because I'm like, oh, I have something I need to do here. I can push that to the side.
It gives you that versatility.
Right.
Yeah.
So unless it's something like super pressing, I don't tend to always jump right on it. But yeah. So what does Labor Day mean to all of you fine folks? Right. What do you guys do on Labor Day? Right. It's not like, I know in Minnesota, Labor Day tends to be the mark of the end of the summer, right?
Usually.
That's, and the reason I bring Minnesota up in that regard is because that's where I grew up, and that tends to be the less kind of hoorah before the winter and school and everything hits. And then what is it? Memorial Day tends to be the kickoff of the summer.
Yeah,
so like
pretty much.
Tend to be. I do think it's interesting that schools start earlier and earlier. It used to be that schools didn't start until after Labor Day, and now it seems like schools start like a week or two before.
Well, the more time that they can get to indoctrinate your children, the better.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, that's what they're going to do, right?
Never mind. That's a whole other tangent. We won't go into it. Never mind.
But yeah, I would like to know what people do to celebrate Labor Day, because I mean, typically it's just a barbecue for me.
That's what I used to do.
Barbecue,
drink, and any reason to get stupid, but I don't do that anymore.
Some people go camping. Just trying to take advantage of the 3-day weekend.
It's pretty much like the last thing like you said before the fall hits, and so people are doing a lot of outdoor things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've heard of some people just staying indoors and watching sports. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, and the weather is not the best outside right now, so I don't know how well a barbecue actually would go.
I feel like that kind of hit early here.
It did. It seemed like it was that hurricane that blew up the West Coast that really hit us with some weather.
What the hell is it?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
That hit us with some weather. Then it was hot again for like a week.
Yeah.
And now we're getting hit with weather again.
Yeah.
Temperatures really cooled off. I mean, it was 66 degrees yesterday.
Yeah, and the day before that, it was like 80 something.
Yeah, it was just but I mean, even our spring was super weird. It was a super wet spring.
Yeah, and there was snow in there too.
Yeah. I mean, crap, it was snowing, I think, until May.
Yeah, it was
nuts.
really weird.
Yeah.
The Halo, was it Halo? What do they call that project? The government one that they seed the clouds and all that shit.
Yeah. Well, weren't they doing that? If I remember right, that started back in like Vietnam, where they were like seeding the clouds and stuff in order to create rain and stuff, and trying to drown out like the tunnels.
Yep.
The North Vietnamese.
The tunnel rats.
Yeah.
Or not the tunnel rats, the Viet Cong.
Yeah, the Viet Cong. So it's just really interesting, like we say that, because it brings up an interesting topic on what technologies does our government actually have that we don't know about, right? Because we tend to think like the most advanced thing, military weapon, is the nuclear bomb, right?
No,
but
they have lasers.
I'm sure they have lasers by now, and I'm assuming that actually computer viruses are much more of an important role in our modern military than a nuclear bomb would be, right?
Probably,
because I'm assuming that we have a virus that we can upload that will go around the earth until it reaches the destination it needs to go to, like say like Iran's nuclear reactors or something like that, and then it can cause like a freaking overload in their system.
Massive meltdown.
Right. And the reason I say that is because supposedly that's what ended up happening in Iran. One of their separators or whatever took like a fatal virus, and supposedly it came from the United States or something.
Good job, CIA.
Yeah, no crap, right? So it is interesting that computers have become so prevalent in our society today that the most serious weapon is actually a computer virus.
I mean, yeah.
What does that mean for like the U.S. power grid and stuff like that, right?
Well, right now, dude, it's so shoddy. Like, what was it last year, the year before last, when the Texas power grid went down? Because they froze.
Yep, they froze. Yeah.
Like, you figure, I mean, I understand it's Texas, and you don't normally have to take that into consideration, but I think there should be some sort of a substandard for all these power grids and all these, you know what I mean? Well,
yeah, they froze, and from my understanding, what ended up going on is they put a certain percentage of their electrical grid on wind turbines, right? And the wind turbines are what ended up freezing.
Yep.
Because they weren't designed to work like in Idaho. They're designed to work in cold weather. Down there, they typically don't have cold weather.
I bet you they do now.
I bet you they do, yeah. So that's what's ended up actually happening, right? Have you ever seen one of those things, like the blades on the highways?
Yeah, I've seen graveyards of them, and they're so wasteful. They like actually cost more than what they're producing.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me.
The carbon footprint in order to produce a windmill is insane. Which is why I don't truly believe that the
Green New Deal,
the Green New Deal, or any of these climate alarmists actually have the best interest of the planet actually at heart. Because if they
want that money.
If they did, they would actually fully support the least carbon footprint model of energy production, which is nuclear, and they're adamantly against it.
Yeah.
That tells me right there that they don't care about actually saving the environment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's one of those things where I hear it and I'm just like, I just roll my eyes, because at this point it's more of a political stance than it is actually trying to solve anything.
That's the thing. They've actually proven it to be more harmful. Like I've watched some of those like Congress meetings on C-SPAN and all that stuff, and it's like they pull out all these facts, and these people that they're interviewing, you know, the witness testimony of a witness or whatever, and they have no answers.
No.
They're like, you lying little mother.
Well, the other thing that I think is interesting is they want us all switching over to electric vehicles by like 2035.
Those batteries are so bad.
You have to strip mine areas. The only difference is it's being strip mined in a third world country. Yeah. And our elitist class who wants all this stuff done, they don't care about the planet.
No.
As long as it's done somewhere else.
Well, yeah. Right? You don't shit at home, you know what I mean?
Yeah. If they really cared about pollution, they really cared about all these things, then they wouldn't be trying to decimate or overhaul the United States government or energy production. They'd actually be going to China and saying, "Hey, you guys need to do something," because China's the number one polluter. India is actually the number 2 polluter. The United States is way down on the list. I think we're like in the 30s,
but their argument would be, "Oh, we're so way down on the list because we do this."
But we don't do that.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, we take all these preventive measures and whatever.
The reason we're so far down on that list is because of the technological advancements we have. We can actually produce cleaner energy using sub-clean sourcing because of all the technological advancements we've made in our society.
Yeah, but they don't use them.
But they don't care about that.
Exactly.
They only want pushing their agenda, which is government subsidized windmills or electric or solar or whatever, right? They're wanting the taxpayer to give the government more money and the government to give out subsidies in order to make these really efficient means of energy production. I like how we went from what's Labor Day all the way over to energy production costs. We're we wandered way off of that one, but I guess in ways it kind of ties together because
now people can't afford things.
Because the United States no longer has like a huge labor cost. I mean, we are kind of like YouTube. What used to be the dream of kids when we were growing up? To be like an astronaut, right?
A doctor,
something like that. What do kids want to be nowadays?
Content creators,
right? So our market has drastically shifted off of labor into these online. I like how you brought that back. I did, right? It was good. It was a good bring back. Because labor, we don't produce things in the United States. We're not a large production. I mean, we have a lot of dairy plants. We have a lot of food processing plants. And
not no more. They burned them all down last year.
I'm sorry. But we don't have like a huge car manufacturing base anymore. And that dives back into what we were talking about in one of the other episodes that we were filming that's going to come out later, is like the EPA guidelines and stuff like that. Our government has basically made it impossible, not cost effective in order to do it. Did you know that, like, take a skateboard. I think we've talked about this before.
I don't know.
How a skateboard's made.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So the wood is harvested in Canada.
Yeah, this doesn't make any damn sense.
Put on a ship, sent to China, which then manufactures skateboards, and then put back on a ship and then shipped all across the country or all across.
How much diesel does that oil tanker bust out? You know what I mean?
Exactly, right? Tankers are ridiculously carbon positive, carbon footprint positive, right? So if we really wanted to care about the environment, we would stop trying to do this international trade deal. I understand the business reason for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can still produce stuff in an area for cheaper if you got rid of stupid regulations that inhibited you from doing things.
Yeah.
Right? So going back to housing markets in the U.S., housing markets in the U.S. are stupidly high because of regulations that actually prohibit the cost of building. And then the simple fact that we have to get all of this stuff from overseas shipped into it, and then taxes and tariffs and all that fun jazz. It just skyrockets the price of a house.
Yeah. I get it. So, and then the quality of the product isn't as good as it was, 50 years ago?
Yeah.
Everything's built nowadays to fall apart, so you have to buy another one, or it's a consumer based economy, but they're forcing the consumer, if that makes sense.
So take a look at Apple.
I love Apple.
Apple products. I know you're a huge Apple fan.
I do.
I hate Apple.
I know.
And there's a reason why I hate Apple.
Let's hear it.
So the reason hold on, let me get a drink.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason I dislike Apple is for the simple fact that they are overpriced for the product that you get, right?
Mm-hmm. I would agree that they're expensive.
Because you're paying for the marketing. You're paying for the name brand of having an Apple. But when it comes downright to it, Android phones perform 100 times better than an Apple phone ever will.
To be honest with you, they seem to perform the same. I like them because of their format. I've just grown accustomed to their layout and operating system.
Fair. So I can tell you for certain that they do not perform the same. So I am an Android guy.
Yeah, I know.
But my work supplies me with an Apple phone.
Yeah, you have both.
I have both. I tried forever to get my Apple phone to do everything that I needed it to do on my Android phone. I can't. I can only get my Android phone to do what I need it to do. Pull up spreadsheets, do inventories, all this fun jazz. I can do it all in touch of the thing. Pull up web links, everything. It's super easy. I can easily switch back and forth between things. The functionality of my Android phone is much better. So I actually just uploaded all my work information on my personal phone, and I use my personal phone. The only thing I use my Android or my Apple phone for is the text and to make phone calls. That's it. Because that's all the functionality is able to actually do with the level I need it to do.
Mm-hmm.
It is very, very poor. The cost of that Apple phone is like 20% more than my Apple
probably
phone.
Like 3 of the Android.
So I can pay less and get a much more functional phone than paying more and getting something that's basically a paperweight, in my opinion.
There's ways around those program issues, but we won't go into this.
Well, fair, but I don't want to have to do all that fun jazz.
Yeah,
why would I do that when
I
I can just literally buy a phone, turn it on, and bam, it does everything I need it to do?
I get it. I get what you're saying.
The other thing that I dislike really about Apple is the fact that the updates force you to upgrade. Okay. More so than Android or Macs will. Or not Macs, PCs.
Okay.
Right. So
I found it the other way. Like every
really?
PC that I've bought, like that you have to get a new upgrade more often than I do with Apple. I had a Apple laptop that lasted me like 15 years, and I never had to get any new hardware or anything. Mm-hmm. It just kept updating, and it was fine for like 15 years, and then finally it just like technology does, it finally got too old. And
so I had an Apple phone. I went ahead and did an update. Worked for maybe about 3 months, did another update, and I had noticed slower performance on it. Did the next update, and I no longer functioned. I had to get a new one, so the company sent me a new one.
Oh, wow. I've never had that.
Did an upgrade about a year after I got that one, and again, basically stopped functioning again. Had to go get another upgrade. Company sent me a new phone.
Wow.
So I've been through 3 Apple phones in the time that I have had 1 Android.
That's crazy. Yeah, the exact opposite has happened for me.
Yeah. My experience with Apple is they're overpriced. They don't work as well as they should, and then they purposely shut you down so you have to continue buying more.
That's crazy. Yeah, literally the exact opposite for me, because I use Apple for my work and personal, everything. And like I use it because it's cheaper. Like you were saying, I have an Android phone, and I've gone through more Android phones than I have my Apple phones.
Interesting, yeah.
That's crazy.
Complete opposite for me. The other thing that I think is interesting about Apple, one benefit I do like about Apple is the simple fact that you can have your MacBook, you can have your iPad, you can have your iPhone, and you can have them all linked together.
Yeah.
You can do something similar with your Android products, but it's not as easily set up as Apple. That's the only thing that Apple has over like Androids and stuff like that.
And they look cool.
I would disagree.
I know. I was just like arguing with you.
I like I said, my stance is Apple's overpriced for what you get. You're better off, better performance, everything going Android. MacBooks, I don't like the way MacBooks are set up. Windows is a much better platform to run. So HP is a better way to go.
I hate HP.
Anyway. I'm not HP. I meant PC. PC is the better way to go because I use HPs. I think this one's a Dell.
Yeah.
I got a Microsoft Surface over there.
We got a little bit of everything.
I got an
in the
HP upstairs. I mean, you're right. Your son's running a MacBook over there.
Yeah. That's my old one. See what I'm saying? It's still running.
Yeah. I have another HP upstairs. I have two HP laptops upstairs. I have a Dell down here. I have a Dell desktop that I don't even have set up because I don't use it, but I guarantee I can set it up. It still works.
Yeah, yeah. And PCs are way more
versatile.
Yeah, they definitely are.
And the simple fact that you can run Microsoft on them. Sorry, Microsoft Office or the Microsoft platform is probably the best.
I can run Microsoft on that thing.
Can you?
Yeah.
I thought MacBooks you could only run.
No,
Mac.
there's programs where you can run it too.
Interesting.
But anyways, we're getting way off topic again.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. I love doing that stuff because it all
ties into each other.
Right. Life is not a straight line. Life connects in so many different ways and so many different facets. It's very interesting. So Labor Day is a celebration of the labor that the American people put into our society. And it sounds like there are a bunch of other celebrations across the country or across the globe that do the same things. And it is important to recognize that your labor does mean something. So having a day to take and step back and say, hey, you know what? The things that we can produce, the things that we can do, let's take a day and kind of kick it off with a barbecue. Right?
You sound... What was that comment that we read earlier? You guys are corny.
Yeah. Well, hold on, let me pull it up.
I was just about to tell you that. You sound corny.
Well, hold on. Let's go with it.
Oh.
Why do you knock on a refrigerator?
Why?
Because there could be a salad dressing.
You're so dumb.
Hey, they call this corny, man. Let's keep it corny with the dad jokes.
Yeah, we're just dads, man.
Oh, God.
Sorry, I'm not sorry, but
Sorry, not sorry.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
We like to have fun.
Yeah, that's it.
And most people, when they're having fun, they come across as corny to some.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you want to go through any of these comments? We don't have very many since the last time we did it.
I just like that corny one. It made me laugh.
These dudes are so damn corny.
Couldn't even say damn right.
That was probably
the first thing.
That was probably to get around the freaking
No, I'm gonna go with he's ignorant.
Yeah, that's probably true. Oh yeah. So no. Hey, quick call out and appreciate it to all you guys. Hold on, let's get to it. What was it? We're 18 new subscribers in the last 28 days. We're up to 64. Thank you guys for supporting the channel.
Yeah, thank you.
We have more shorts to drop.
Yeah, we got some new things coming on. I got the t-shirts.
Yep, you
designed,
said Friday.
And the two what do you call them? Prototypes will be here on Friday.
Yep. We got someone brought on to give us a hand with some of our social media. So we're going to have our Facebook, TikTok, Insta, and Twitter. X. So all those are getting set up. Got to get some information.
You're gonna not see us more.
Yeah, you're going to be able to see us everywhere. The plan is to upload some of our shorts to the social media pages, and then the week after load them up onto the YouTube one. So that's kind of the plan right now.
Yeah,
we're working. We got things coming along the line. We get those prototypes in. If we like the design, everything, we're probably going to order some in. We'll get a merch store started.
Yep. Maybe some stickers and hats and standard stuff.
Yeah, some polos and some tees.
Yeah.
Panties.
He's not gonna tell you, but he likes wearing thongs.
Exactly. Right. Stupid.
There's my corny joke.
It's all good. Yeah, so we got a lot of little things that we're trying to do, and we're just trying to kind of make community and keep this thing growing and going.
Yeah, and like I said, we appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, so shout out to all you new subscribers. That's awesome. Go back, check out some of our prior content. We're kind of stupid, goofy, corny dads. We do reactions and talk politics, kind of give our feedback.
Yeah.
Kind of dive into the culture war a little bit, some of our takes on it. Talk about advice on what you can do as dads. We still need to get that the motocross stuff set up. I think
we're gonna start doing interviews, I think, soon.
Yeah.
Is that officially? Or that's still kind of.
We're probably like, I don't know. I need to make a phone call and I got to get the
right.
I got to get the computer set up and stuff like that so we can.
Works,
right, because right now we're limited to the one camera. I need to get a new computer and everything so we can do multi cameras.
But pretty soon we're gonna have you guys on the show.
Yes, 100%. So, but yeah, thanks for tuning in, checking us out. I hope you guys have a fantastic Labor Day. Drop a comment what you guys like to do on Labor Day. Or do you even celebrate it,
man?
You know what? Better question.
There you go.
Where does Labor Day rank on your holiday list? Right, you got Christmas, you got Thanksgiving, you got Halloween, Memorial Day,
that's a good question.
4th of July, Valentine's Day, Labor Day. What's your ranking on holidays? I'd love to know. What's your favorite holiday?
Mine?
Yeah,
my birthday.
That's not a holiday.
That's
jackass.
my fucking holiday.
That is not a holiday.
Probably Halloween. I don't. Only reason why I do holidays is for the kids.
Okay.
But Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Okay. Mine would go Thanksgiving, Halloween, 4th of July. I'm not a Christmas fan.
I like the family getting together.
I don't mind that. I think the reason I'm not a Christmas fan is for all the extra that goes on during that season.
All the lies.
It gets so over. I'm just like, Christmas music should only be played on Christmas Day.
Yeah,
Fight
Mariah Carey.
Fight me. I'm sorry, that's my take. My daughter.
So if I start singing Jingle Bells, you're gonna hit me?
So my daughter loves Christmas music. Like, as soon as Thanksgiving's over, she wants to listen to Christmas music. I don't listen to Christmas music other than Christmas Day, and even then, it's like trap music, like remixed, right?
No. Oh, that's
so
horrible.
It's not even the legitimate old school ones, but that's just because those ones sound better. You're right. So yeah,
generation, I guess.
Yeah, my bad. It is what it is. Like I said, fight me.
No, we're friends.
Oh God.
Guys, have a good one.
Bye.